Hi, beautiful friends. It's Leah Marie here, and today I was guided to do a little bit different reading. Things are starting to evolve here at GPH, and so when I woke up today, it felt more like the need for a collective reading and a lot of energy tied into like the solar plexus and heart chakra. I was feeling this really strong vibration between the two right now, kind of as though there's an activation that's starting to take place that's coming in to really shift you and your connection with the universe and the universal energies that are coming in. And so, this is a really beautiful opportunity at this time for us to expand, to start stepping more into our divine essence, our true essence, in fact. And so, some of you might be going through ascension symptoms, changes in your physical body, your thought patterns, your desire to eat certain foods or exercise more. You might be getting some of that kind of flow happening. And so, if that resonates with you at all, if you've been feeling different physical energies in your body, like almost intense energies, but yet expansive at the same time, kind of like you're growing out of the shell that you're currently in and essentially trying to create one that's bigger and more expanded and more capable of holding higher vibrational energies like unconditional love and compassion. And so this week, if that resonates with you, I encourage you to continue watching and really see. I'm going to pull some cards just to see what the universe is calling us to do at this time as these energies are coming in, as these changes are happening for us. And they are for us. So even if this is triggering emotions, different sensations, maybe you're feeling restless for some of you or uncertain about what your next step is, I am opening this up to the universe to give us some clarity for the collective community that taps in here on, what ideally do we want to be doing at this time? How do we deal with this energy? How do we allow ourselves to experience this and shift forward? And sort of the title that kept resonating in my head was also like gifts out of chaos. So gifts out of chaos. And so we're going to just kind of look at the energies that are coming through right now to see what it is that they want to communicate. And as always, I'm going to invite you guys to connect with your heart center, your own intuition, and to allow yourself to feel into what aspect of this resonates most for you at this time so that you know what within this is going to help you move forward in the most efficient and beautiful way. And even as I'm shuffling here, I'm getting some really strong ringing in my right ear. So I feel there's a very big angelic presence with us, with you. If you connect with angels or the angelic realm, that's a big sign to me that there is that support making itself very known to us right now. So definitely have a lot of extra help from the subtle realms, which we do always anyways, but it is that opportunity to really consciously connect with it wherever you're at right now. So I will make that suggestion too, that if you haven't been consciously calling on your energetic support team, they are asking that you do that to help you move through whatever it is that's happening. It's feeling like some of you are in need of taking a few conscious deep breaths for yourselves just to settle into any of the energies that are kind of churning around, because I do feel a churning. Like there might be things that are getting stirred up to help you see them, to help you clear them, to help you become conscious of them. So that's another resonance. Take it, take it if it applies to you, right? So the decks I'm using today are going to be listed in the description box below if you guys are interested in checking those out, along with all the ways to get in touch with me to support the channel, as many of you have been doing now, which has been such a blessing. So thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, subscribes too. I really appreciate that all of that from the community. So that one's feeling like it, and I'm going to do I'm feeling one more here. So just encourage you guys to really shift into a strong heart-centered perception right now is what I'm hearing, to kind of help you settle into your experience, because I feel like maybe some of you have been having things that are really kind of coming at you. I've been noticing the pacing has picked up. It's like instead of being on a bus, I just got on a light rail. And so I feel that the timelines for many of us in the collective have been speeding up as well. So take that into consideration. Like if things have been feeling like they've been moving really fast for you, like please do that one. Please do just do your best to breathe into that, to relax into that, to realize that it is part of the journey. So I'm going to just scoot these back here now that I've got us all shuffled up. And I'm feeling called to go here. And not surprisingly, right? It's divine consciousness. So we're literally seeing a hand coming from the heavens, the cosmos, reaching down to this individual and pouring energy into them, over them, and that energy is also, creating this beautiful rainbow that's going over as well. So I'm seeing this with the 7 rays of light, the 7 planes. Like this is this huge culmination of energy happening, which is likely why I woke up feeling like this message needed to go out to the collective as a general message, because this divine consciousness is reaching its hand down to us right now and pouring in this wisdom, these insights, inspiration. It's reaching down and changing things within our life, pulling us out of situations, putting us into situations, moving people around, energies around within our lives at this time to create this really electrified change. And so with this, as you can see, this figure has its arms spread wide open to me, and that is really this signifier that it's full heart chakra open, like wide and expansive and ready to receive the blessings that want to pour in. And that's that message that I got initially with that gifts out of chaos. So while pieces may be moving around and shifting and changing, what I'm really seeing is that that's a necessary component for these new divine gifts to come in. And so with this, really letting yourself be open, your heart chakra be open to receiving at this time, which is often more challenging for people, especially many of those tapping in here who are empaths, light workers, who tend to be more helpers and servers. And oftentimes receiving can be a little more challenging for people in that reign. I know I was like that for a very long time. It took me time to learn how to be a better receiver, shall we say, of gifts and compliments and blessings. And when we start to be able to tap into that, it allows the universe to give us far more when we can easily shift into that state of receiving. And this is a message that I've been getting more and more lately as well, that so long as we keep trying to force things or do things on our own or without asking for help, it's not actually giving the universe and the divine the space with which to give us things, to do things for us, to help us out in bigger and more profound ways. So this is also presenting you with the opportunity to look inside and be like, okay, what else can I do that would allow me to step into a deeper state of receiving? What blocks might you have? What hangups might you have around receiving and what that might mean? I've heard people talk to me about, oh, well, if I receive a gift, then what am I going to owe that person? Or if I do this, what is that going to mean down the road? And those patterns and those stories are not applicable to every situation, or not applicable, as it were, to every situation. So really feel into any of those stories that might come up around receiving is one of the big messages I'm getting with this, because this divine consciousness and energy is coming in, and the degree to which you can receive is the degree to which you can be given these gifts of abundance out of more chaotic situations or challenging situations or obstacles that you've overcome. So I'm being called here to the card Awakening. So I'm going to bring that in for you guys, this beautiful golden energy, which again, connecting, I feel in this moment, both with our solar plexus chakra and with the crown. And so this is really what I'm realizing now I was feeling when I first woke up. In my solar plexus, this huge expansion in personal power, huge upgrades in people's solar plexus chakras right now, allowing you to align, as it were, because maybe you can kind of see that there's a figure, a body right there, and within that there is this movement of energy up and this movement energy out and around. And this is really expansive in nature, which can feel kind of uncomfortable and sometimes overwhelming. Communicate and get communication from people constantly saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm feeling this," and it like sometimes is a little stressful at first because your physical body is communicating things that maybe you don't totally understand consciously. So it can sometimes register as discomfort until we start to realize, this is part of the awakening process, the ascension process, the expansion process. And so there are all these other just really beautiful symbols kind of expanding out from that as well. So it's like, again, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing here in this mirrored energy with that open heart. Like it's doubling down on that. It is time. And I'm just getting this sense it's like it's time for you to shine your light into the world. It's time for you to allow that heart chakra to be open, allow yourself to be seen, allow yourself to feel into the energies that are happening, okay? And shifting over to here. And this is like, I just can't I just can't even. So we're getting personal power. And this is even more wild because right before I went to bed last night, I was having these incredible visions of a very powerful black and white and like white and tan tiger. Like very, almost more of like the Bengal tiger is what I was seeing, but this just fierce energy. And in this case, in my vision, it was a little bit more of a masculine energy, which is not to say anything to do with gender, but it was more in that powerful space of like protector, being in our power, being able to do what we need to do what we feel called to do, and do so with this like laser beam focus. So I'm really feeling that vibe from this as well. And this energy of all of these blues really connecting with that throat chakra as well, like coming into this space of being able to express vocally your personal power. So this is so beautiful that Spirit's giving us this like, yes, we have this divine consciousness coming in that's helping us awaken so that we can step more into our personal power. So this couldn't be more beautifully articulated if I tried, okay? So this is just, again, such a blessing from Spirit to bring this energy through. And I am really seeing this happen more and more in the community here, where people are starting to step more into their personal power, using their voices a little bit more and seeing that that's relating, like it's translating rather to really profound changes in their relationships and expansion at work and their living situations and all kinds of beautiful things. So if any of you are experiencing that, this is part of that consciousness flow that's happening, that's coming in for those who are ready to take that next step into their power, into living a more expanded and fulfilled life. And so, in kind of tying all this together, that gift out of chaos, it's like your awakening and you being able to be more empowered is one of the biggest gifts that's coming out of whatever challenges you've just stepped out of. So sometimes we want to think like these are going to be more physical reality, like more money or a home or a car or those things. And yes, this is all going to ultimately lead to those physical, material, tangible things in that sense. But I'm feeling that the bigger aspects of gifts that we are all being given in this collective are the ones that are really about us seeing from higher perspectives, more easily, effortlessly being in our power, speaking our truths, and actually moving forward in total harmony and unison with the divine consciousness. And so, such a powerful message today for the collective. So, I'm so grateful you tapped in, and I'm hoping you're enjoying our new surroundings. I wanted to bring some of my love of plant medicine into these readings and start to share more of myself with you as well. So, I will continue to give you guys a little glimpse into what goes on at the GPH Sanctuary and my life, and in just allow us to expand and grow together. So, thank you so much much, everybody, for tapping in, for all your likes and shares and subscribes. And I'm sending you so much love for a beautiful week. Be well.